Dressed in black, mariachi on the spot with the hat. 333, walking over the bodies. They took too much hot purple. I got the boogie. I'm out of here. C'est la vie. Dias de la muerte. Arrivederci. Growing weed in the graveyard. Purple and green. The chariot. Twin dragons drawing. Just burn it, Nike. It's on fire. Hold me tight. Every day and every night. With a black briefcase full of venomous things. The muse of Urania. Leaving bodies in the street. Antonia's will, she harvests your dreams. Sharp darkness, war of the words, war of the worlds. Maple syrup, cup of sugar, flowing over with the frankincense and myrrh. From the house up on the hill, Medusa cut them rugs. They call me the boogeyman. No one can do it like I can. Call me the boogeyman. I'm gonna walk all over you.
Welcome back to the Lady Babylon. This is Better Than Muse tonight. And what I have got for you is some good stuff. I'm smiling because it's good stuff. And I want you to see it. Once again, what are we going to do here? We're going to bring out some gorgeous, gorgeous stuff, right? Before we get there, though, I want to talk to you as a group, right? I can promise you there's goodies coming. Oh, tonight it's always goods, right? We're gonna get into the middle of it. We're gonna start to get our heads cleared in the middle of this mystery. We're gonna see what it's all about, right? Take you to that place that you can't go if you're buying a t-shirt or a mug. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Before we go, ship's warming up. I need to tell the congregation, I have heard your pleas. I have heard your requests. I know people are telling me, and I went out, I told my boss about Jesus and the naked kid, and had a very bad effect. People are trying to spread the gospel of Jesus and the naked boy. Hail Satan. They're trying to spread the gospel, to get the word out there for people to see it, to be awakened, to be brought to a place of post-fatality resurrection, to be born again. Do you see what the cure for Christianity is? It's the anti-Christianity. Just like the Christ is a drug that is used in sex rites. And the Antichrist is the antidote to that Christ. You see what that does? The antidote brings the people back. There's one very special case of this that became very popular in antiquity. Even the doctors are talking about it, right? Not only do you have it in the myths and right, tragedy and all that kind of stuff, but you've got it in the doctors. And that's taking a group of people out of mania. How do you do it? When you are Christing, right? Things can go wrong, right? You can need to correct the process. It's very delicate. It's why you don't do this stuff. Remember the boy that we saw last week who took the communion and paralyzed himself, right? Imagine that. That's what we need in the church, right? Right? That's what we need. We need someone to walk up and be, oh, and to hit the floor. Why? Because the communion drug was not properly applied. Shame on you. Remember where we are? We're with Christianity. I know that's not going to happen. Why? Because our Christians today are not Christians as they were when Jesus and his followers spread the cult. Yeah. So what am I going to bring you tonight? I'm going to bring you some loveliness. For the people out there who are spreading this message, remember, it is just about those texts. When you show people, here's Jesus, here's naked boy, and you can expand on it from there. When you show them the Christ thing as a drug, as I have showed you so many times, all you need to do, people, go forward with my authority. I give you Ammon's authority. You may use it. You may say, on the authority of Ammon, and they may look at you funny. But do it. That's the good thing. On the authority of Ammon, I can tell you the Christing is a very common practice, and it's not what you think it is. Right? It's used with drugs that are meant to cause you to have your mind opened so that you can see. That's how they expressed it. Okay? Fantastic. And there's horniness always. Perpetual Bacchic horniness with these people. My God. Idoion. There's genitalia all over the place. These cults, man, I'm telling you. You haven't been in it. I know there's people here. Let me finish. On the authority of Ammon, right? The Christing is a drug process. I just want you to be able to share that with people. Imagine this. You can tell them an historical reality that they would never have had access to, that their grandparents didn't have access to, the people before that didn't have access to, all the way back until we get to the text where the Christians are all Christing each other and having sex. Purification. I'm sorry. Purification. Call it what you want. Right? It's a cult. Isn't that funny? Christianity, much like the Orange Tyrant, lies defensively. Woo! Right? Lies. Are you a people of lies? What? You know why this upsets me? Because I have to go talk to the watchers, and it's the same thing all the time now. What do you think they're talking about 24/7? Oh my God. Please, let's go somewhere safe. Let's go back to the Garden of Gethsemane with holy Jesus Christ and the naked boy with a bandage on his private parts, with Jesus screaming, I am not a child trafficker. That's a much better world. It makes more sense, doesn't it? The fairy tale is always it's gullible. You have to be gullible to believe that garbage, right? Look at what it actually says. Oh, well, wait a minute. Right? I don't have to be so gullible, right? Oh my God, Christing is a drug. People are gonna, Christing's a drug. None of you read these. Okay, look, I'm bringing you more text. The good news is, for those of you who are evangelizing and taking the message of Jesus Christ with the naked boy, Mark 14:51 and 52, if you take that out to them and show them this drug-using sicko that gets a crowd together, first time he gets caught, crowd gets together like, hey, kill him, right? Fantastic, right? Jesus Christ, the irony of history is that Jesus Christ makes Jeffrey Epstein look like just the most civil, normal human being on the planet. Nothing going on here. Absolutely nothing. Where's P. Diddy? Where did they catch him yet? Let's go. Don't talk about that. Oh, you watch. I'm not doing it. The texts are doing it, baby. Right? That's the problem. Okay, we're going to jump in tonight. I'm going to show you some that have never been on the radar before, but I want to bring back to you that sacred romantic moment of that inner rite. Give me the first one, Chewy. Give me. And by the way, people, for anybody who's squeamish about getting your testicles removed, okay, this is the time not to be here, because we're going to show you what it means to have true communion, I'm going to show you the instrument. Tonight, we're going to be focusing on the mystery cup. The mystery cup, right? Now, all those freaks who follow Zeus, they know who I'm talking about, don't you? Yeah, you know. We're going to look at him from a different angle. Oh my God, that's I didn't mean that. Okay, eunuch boy jokes aside, right? Is there anything funny about eunuch boys? Jesus loves eunuch boys. Give me the first one. What is this? Oh God, this is the name of Adam. Wait, what? Oh yeah, I just thought I'd just throw this in everybody's face. Okay, what is this? By the way, these are most of tonight's Greek sources are taken from the Greek anthology. A lovely, lovely, lovely work with just scads, myriads of ancient authors. Right? I've studied classics for 33 years. I've been translating Greek for 33 years. And I can tell you for a fact, I can always find new people that they're talking about that I've never heard of them. Geez, have you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of authors. I just read a list to one of my classes the other day. Hello, everybody in class. I just read a list to them of the 9 best women, lyric poets, right? You know, the ones that trashed people like Pindar, you know what I mean? Corinna and the whole crew, right? I was reading those, right? I haven't read any of the, you know, we only got fragments of most of them, and I haven't read any of these other names they're mentioning. It makes me wonder about how stupid my understanding of antiquity is. Are you ready? Let's go to the first source. This is going to blow your mind. Are you ready, everybody? You're welcome. You're all welcome. And those nasty people, oh, where's the whip? The nasty people who were coming. Oh, no, I was already using. Where's the whip? It's around here. Oh, there it is. There it is. People who came here tonight. And you know who you are. You know who you are. You come here for one reason. You come here to cry out for attention. You want a filling because you're unsatisfied. You're unsatisfied and you're a little bit scared. You're a little bit scared. I have something for you tonight. It's going to be really scary. Yeah, here we go. One to get us on the road. Bring it back. You're welcome. Adam, it says. Are you ready for this? Greek anthology. The name Adam, right, has design behind it. It's 4 letters. And these letters are each the limits of the cosmos, the organization of the universe. What are they? The alpha is the east. Right? The delta is the west. The next alpha is the north. Right? And the mu is from the south. Why do we have the directions in Greek in a name that people have been telling me for years on TVs and in stadiums and in churches? They've been telling me that this name is Hebrew. Okay. This is an ancient derivation of the name Adam, and it is not Hebrew. It is Greek, and it is the incorporation of the 4 directions. These are the directions of the winds, the earliest hymns in the mystery are to the winds. And if you know each of those, you understand, right? At least she does. I don't know. She makes it work somehow. She makes it work. Where's the weather machine? Stop it. Stop it with the conspiracy. There was nothing funny going on. It was Jesus Christ in a public park with a naked kid. Okay? Every one of you drinking his blood. You know what's in that stuff? Whatever he had his mouth on. God, it's amazing. People will swallow anything. You just gobble. Open up. How many hundreds of years have you people? Look, I'm going to talk. I can't take it anymore. I can't. Just go ahead. It's yours. For how many hundreds of years have you been opening your gullets to swallow the wooden stone? For how long is your gaping throat going to be a witness? A witness. How old's a kid? Isn't that funny? Everybody wants to know. How old is this kid that was with Jesus, and he was naked with a bandage on his hoo-ha in Mark 14, 51 and 52? How old was he? Oh, God. Yeah. In the Septuagint, there's a contrast between a neonaeus, and an adult. And that neonaeus isn't an adult. The word for the kid is a neoniskos. It's a diminutive of a non-adult. So I don't care what grade you want to put this kid into. I don't care. It's 4 a.m. and he's nude. He's nude. You can't stand against it. All the evangelicals, do you realize, people, as you go out and take this gospel to the people, as you go out and you realize what you can do, you can wake them up. You can wake them up. Think about that for a minute. Think about that. Do you know how I know you can wake them up? Because they are. People write to me, right? I get all sorts of different perspectives. I feel like a jackalope for not writing them back because they put their soul into these letters. Yeah. Oh, God, their experiences. They experienced this, they experienced that. And it brought them to the point. And thank you. Thank you for releasing that, for showing, for giving us something. Yeah, a reality. A reality. And we are all guardians of that reality. Right? We are all guardians of that reality. Our society is crumbling. Right? It's crumbling. Bring back Jesus. I told you. What's the answer? Bring back Jesus. Hit me. Go ahead. Here's his name, people. From now on, you can dance around. Now, this is not the only reference to that. There's also the Sibyls, right? They write about Adam, and they use the very same, right? They're talking about his name being composed of those directions. Why? Because this is a dude within a rite. It's actually Eve, right? Zoe, right? Who's the performer. Congratulations, you figured it out. The devil of all people. You know what I mean? The devil. What a place. Love it. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. Now watch, people, what the ticklers, these are the rectal ticklers. And what are the rectal ticklers going to do? The monists I'm talking about. They always have an agenda. Adam is a common masculine name, given name in the English language. Thank you very much. Of Hebrew origin, we guess. The name derives from Adam, the first human according to the Hebrew Bible. Right. Notice what they're quoting. They're quoting this passage. Right. You want to see why the Greek can't be a translation of the Hebrew, right? They have to repeat with Adam. They have to repeat words. He's Adam who comes from Ha-Adam, right? Right. It's terrible, people, right? Man or human. Okay, keep going. What am I talking about? Look at the word here, people. Here it is. Here's Adam. Mankind. Wait a minute. its word origins. Wait, it's from an unused. What? Okay, remember, when you're dealing with Hebrew, you're dealing with one set of forged texts, right? The copies of the Septuagint. They were frantically trying to make in those caves out in the middle of nowhere, right? Doing all that weirdness, getting ready for the end of the world, right? And look at the bottom. Just look. Look at the bottom of this concordance. Look at how is this thing translated? The NASB translation, right? Okay. Any man, anyone's being, common, sort, human, infantry. How'd they get in there? Don't they have a word for infantry? Jesus. Low degree, low, mankind. Look what they're doing with this word. What are they doing with Adam? They're putting them everywhere they possibly friggin' can. Why? The Greek doesn't say any of that, right? Of course it doesn't. The Greek actually makes sense and flows. Give me the next one. Oh, God, watch this. This is the book of the generation of mortals, right? In the day that God created Adam, according to his image, he made him. Male and female, he made them. And he blessed them. Yeah. And he called his name Adam. Now, you'll notice in the text, they always say he called their name Adam, because that's coming from the Hebrew. The Hebrew screws this up. I don't know why, man. It's like, dude, something simple like that, right? It shouldn't be. Go to the next one, Chewy. Look what's happening. You didn't even know who Adam was, and you got here. Watch this. You didn't know who Adam was because this is the kind of hoo-ha that gets blown up your torsion expeller. You know what I mean? Watch this. We are all familiar with the name Adam, right? But what does it really mean? Okay, let's see how they do let's see how good they are at philology. Let us begin by looking at its roots. That's a good start. The word name is a child root derived from the parent, dam, meaning blood. Okay, the root means blood. By placing the letter alpha aleph, in front of the parent root, child root, Adam is formed and is related in meaning to dam. Okay. Now everybody hears that and they're like, all right, sure, I'll take that. Thank you, Poindexter. I got it. Right? No. See, you didn't feel. That was only one hand. You didn't see where the other hand was going. And I told you, don't get fooled. Right? Now, if you like the back alley and that's your thing, then there you go. Right? Then what are you doing here? Right? By examining a few other words derived from the child root, we can see a common meaning in them. Oh, we're getting there. The Hebrew word Adamah is the feminine form of Adam, meaning ground. The word name Edom means red. Each of these words has the common meaning of red. Does it? I thought one was ground. Is the clay? Are we saturated with clay in this place or something? Right? Dam is the red blood. Wait a minute. What? Stop playing with the root. Do you see what's going on? Roots don't work this way. Right? You go from the root to branch out through your word up there in the limbs. Right? That's what you're doing. You're shooting that energy upwards, bringing that back down from the leaves, storing it. Oh, God, it's a highway of here. What's going on with this guy? He stopped up, man. Right? The word it means red and it means blood. There's one other connection between Adam and Adamah, as seen in Genesis 2:7, which states that the Adam was formed out of Adamah. Dude, I know you've got 7,000 words, and that's hard to work with. Right? It's very hard to work with. Right? As a matter of fact, it makes it look like ancient Hebrew probably isn't real. That it's not actually spoken anywhere, people. And that's why the only thing you got is some amulets while we're sitting here drowning in thousands upon thousands upon thousands of texts. And I'm not talking inky do. Do you understand? Adam. Wait, how many words can we use in this language? Right? Don't worry. By the time you've had a cup of coffee in the morning, ladies and gents, you've already spoken through what you possibly can. Now hold those words for the rest of the day, because that's all you can talk about. Do you see the problem? When you're trying to translate that sophisticated Greek into a language that's that limited, it's doomed to failure. The very fact that Septuagint scholars have missed this is hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious, because you know what? I'll challenge you Septuagint scholars. None of these, not the bums, man. I want the profs, okay, from the universities, right? I want people who have been spending a career walking around working this material. Septuagint. You've been publishing stuff. I want to see you. And you know why I want to see you and why you're scared of me, you little... Oh, I almost said something naughty. Please, satanic congregation, fill in the chat the words that you thought I was just going to say. Listen, the best of you, Septuagint people, I know something about you that nobody else knows. You're hacks. You don't really read Greek, right? You read the New Testament and you read the Septuagint. And from that bubble, you think you're qualified. Oh, you may read some church fathers too. You may read some church fathers. Yeah, you may. None of the stuff that we're reading can these people read. I'm telling you, they don't expose themselves to it, people. That's it. It's not something special. It's not that I have some sort of, some invisible, powerful product that I'm using to mesmerize people. No, I'm just showing people the text, baby. It's just about the muse, man. Let those texts sing. Give it, as a matter of fact, give it to me, Chewy. I need to get Fiat my love back. Yeah. Take down that banner. Follow. Let's see. In fact, in Hebrew, both biblical and modern, the term for human beings is Bnei Adam, which literally means children of Adam. Now, wait a minute. Have we walked away from it? Yeah. Now we're in theology. We're nowhere close right now. And why do I know that for a fact? Because notice what he said at the beginning, in biblical as well as modern. As if, look, this is legitimate. This language has kept this word the whole time. No. Biblical Hebrew with its 7,000 words is just some copies of some text. There is no actual language. There's no independent literature whatsoever, right? Don't let them throw amulets in your face. That's nothing, bro. That's nothing. That's what the people outside the museum hawk, right? Yeah. While all the Greek manuscripts sit there and are protected. Do you see why the monks burned down the museum? Do you see why they did? Do you see why they destroyed the library? And it's not just one. They were destroying libraries all over. The Romans were complaining about it. Yeah, burning them down. Why would you want to do that? Control of information, people. Control of information. Here you go. Because then you can have people like this jump in and just tell you have some theologian. You want to suck the soles of the feet of some rotten theologian who's got some mommy complex pervert? Yeah. Go ahead. Guzzle it down. I'm telling you. The watchers were like, you're living with guzzlers, man. I'm like, man, there aren't though. Look at these emails. I showed me emails. Like, look at these people. And like, all right, they're not all guzzling, right? This concept goes hand in hand with the biblical principle, created in God's image. Yeah, right. No, it doesn't. It's got nothing to do with it. That's theology. We're talking linguistics, buddy. Following the last idea of the great rabbi of the city of Prague during the 16th century, so-and-so was wondering why man was the only one to be named after the ground. Stop it. Do you see where we've gone? This is no longer philology. This is not language. This is bullshit. And you're going to swallow it, people, right? Because you're the one who went to the back alley. Yeah. Okay. Pure status, refined cultivation. Keep going. Okay. A little bit more. What is actually written? I want to show you something. All of the theology is worthless. Right? It's worthless. What do we need? We need the cult stuff from the people, right? Theology doesn't help anthropologists. Do you understand? right? Theology doesn't help people write history. Yeah. As a matter of fact, it doesn't help people in, any of the sciences that I find either. Wow, is there a problem with theology? Yes. Yes. Theology is that sensation in your backside that somebody is taking advantage of you. Solved. Right? Isn't that great? Almond just sent a wave and wiped out. Show me Christ. Any of you little cowards from any of your seminaries, show me what a Christ is. Show me what that naked boy is doing with him. Show me the drugs that are Christ's. Show me what they do and why they involve sex. Yeah, you little perverts. I dare you. Dallas Theological Seminary's head guy in Greek is too afraid to come out of his office because the big bad almond has scared him. Well, dude, if you'd spent a long time reading these texts, you would have found the same thing I did, bro. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's not like it's personal, right? It's just Jesus. Give me the next one. Jesus. Don't you love it? Give it to me. Okay. People, what is it written on the temple? Here, this is... Seriously? Yeah, no, this is a good one. What does this say? Oh, this beautiful crate here. What does it say? There is a second portal of God in the world. Oh, hey, I guarantee you, none of your people are going to be reading this anytime soon. Right? This is deep stuff. Deep stuff. There's a portal of God. A second one. It's called the House of the Virgin. Yeah. And it's going to involve a little production. What is it? It's an ark that is more filled with God than that previous one. It doesn't hold the tablets of the God writing. Yeah. Wait a minute. Seriously? Yeah. What has this one got? Are you ready for this ark? You didn't know about this. This is on a temple. This is on a temple, right? This is a place where you and I are going to find the fountains of water that purge the flesh. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Are we with Christians now? Go ahead, drop it down. Are we with Christians now? Or are we with pagans? How many people have been here? How many people have been here and have seen? I know there's a lot of you who have been here and have seen these pagans. And they're doing stuff that looks just like what the Christians are doing, right? Why? Because pagan and Christian is your terminology, right? Now, they did use those terms, right? But you are dividing the people into those two categories. They didn't divide themselves, right? There are those who celebrate mysteries and those who don't, right? That's all. Fantastic. Isn't that weird? It's a world that you didn't know, right? You thought, no, I thought everybody was born. They're walking around. I'm Pagan Joe. I'm Pagan Joe Socrates, right? Oh, God. Did those people get fumigated properly? Give me the next one. People, right, this very same one. This is sensitive now, so I'm going to have to translate this very, very carefully, right? Because we're talking about a purging of the fleshly impulses. And what else does it do? It also is a lutrosis. It brings a cleansing of the mind that is agnoematon. It is the mind of those who are in that state of unknowing. Right? Why did God tell us all to put the Christ in our eyes in the revelation of John? So that we could see, so that our eyes would be opened. Okay? these are the exact drugs that they're talking about. I want to try to wake you up tonight. These are the exact Christian drugs that are being used in sex ceremonies to bring somebody through death back into life, to be born again, give you a different perspective, right? And at the same time, we cast out your demons. You see that, kid? We cast out his demons. We Christians will cast out his demons. What are you looking at me like that for? Take him down. Take him back to Peter. St. Peter will take care of that. Take care of that impulse. Give me the next one. You thought these lay stays were making jokes, you know what I mean? No, lay stay, no, there are no jokes. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to try to be careful because this thing is washing. It's opening our minds, right? It's going to treat us. It's going to treat us of all of those passions. And how does it treat us? It blutzed. It does what? This is very hard for me to translate because it's, bubbles up. Think of a solution or an aqueous or liquid solution of something bubbling to the surface, just bubbling to the surface of something, rising out of the skin, just a little shedding, just a little excrescence, a little dew, if you will. Imagine the dew. Okay. This process of generating this water of life is what gives us ionic vision. Brings us, it revives us. It makes us awake. Right? Makes us awake. All right. Do you understand? It is produced by her body. Right? Because why? Because they're using technology, people, that has been lost. Technology that will take the human body and transform it. Transform it into what? A drug-making facility, a health dispenser, a soter, a savior. Give me the next one. We're looking for the savior. And who is she? She's going to have that solution. She's going to have that fluid that's going to save us, right? That stuff's you're going to defeat all your enemies with that thing, right? And she doesn't use a spear. She uses the water. And it's not just for nutriment. It produces a Christ. And it causes the barbarians to go nuts. Wait, what? Were we just talking about Mary? Yeah, we were. Within the mystery. Fantastic. Is that amazing or what? Do you want to see more? Do you want to see what your real cult is all about? Right? Of course you do. Of course you do. Now remember, people, please remember, as we got off the ship today, I didn't say anything, right? I should have told you, bring a hard hat or something, because I don't want you to get hit in the head by this tech. Are you ready? You can take a fetus and expose a fetus to drugs in utero. Why would you do this? Same reason you'd expose grandpa to drugs, right? Have you smelled him lately? He's got one of those infections again. Fumigate him at once. And that's what we do. And grandpa feels better. You're welcome, grandpa. You dirty old coot. Right? Shame on grandpa. Right? Listen, Timmy. Listen, Timmy. I talked to grandpa. I talked to grandpa, Timmy. Just wash it out. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the next one. Here. Look, you didn't think we were going to dive deep, right? But we are. Yeah, and that's it. Go ahead. What is one of the concepts I want you to keep in your head that's floating? It's floating around like right now. this word in Greek, entheestera. Entheestera. Many of you will recognize a word that was coined by the brilliant and exceptionally great human being, Dr. Carl Ruck, right? I'd put his great human beingness before his, because that's the thing that really counts, right? He's a great human being. Anyway, he coined the word entheogen, and people are probably talking because, oh, you're still stuck on Grandpa. He had to endure. No, okay, look, nobody's talking Grandpa down, all right? All right? He sits outside because we can't have him in here at the same table as everybody else. Get him out of here. He did it to himself, Grandpa. Give me that one again. So Dr. Ruck came up with this, not with this word, but using the root that is in this word, right? And there's two here. We've got in and the, right? From theos, right? Or thea. It's the God word. So, right, this is that thing that is entheotic. He created the term entheogen, right? Coined the term entheogen. Why did he do that? Because he's been reading ancient Greek all his life, or most of it, and longer than I have by a couple of decades at least. And let me tell you something. The Greek has rubbed off on his brain, and now he wants to create his own terms. It's always the classical philologists that end up coining stuff, right? They end up coining stuff. So why? Because the ancient Greek kind of forces you into that mode. Yeah. Love it. Okay. So what is the process that we're going through? This Christian process is an entheotic process. Give me the next one. And look, here's the word just from the LSJ in case you want it. Full of God. What does it mean? It's literally God in, right? God within something, possessed. Look at the first example. Hang on. Look at the first example that we get of people who are possessed, right? Gunaikes, ladies. Oh, this is why I love Greek so much, right? Who gets possessed? We're not, what kind of possession are we talking about? I say possession, and most people here think of the kid on the bed with a cross stabbing herself, and you're like, oh, God, right? Childhood trauma, baby, right? They shouldn't have let me watch that, right? But I snuck it in. Anyway, Exorcist, check it out. Yeah, this show is brought to you by, what's your name? Reagan. I said Reagan, isn't it? In the bed, right? Not possessed like that, right? That's not the kind of possession I'm talking about, dude, right? Go back to the text, Chewy. It's women who are Bacchanals who are possessed, right? Notice that these are all religious groups, right? Those possessed by Pan. Have you ever seen the prophets? They're possessed by Pan. They call him the God of the highest, right? Hupsistos, right? This is all them. This is, look at Roman numeral number 2. I told you, people never believe me, but here it is, people. Divine frenzy. Inspired by a God, right? And look what kind of Greek words they give that they're going to, use this for. Techni, that means art, baby. Arts, right? Mantike, the prophetic art. I told you they were prophets. Nobody ever believes me. Why? Because the picture of the universe that we're given is through a lie that came to us from the monism of Judaism and Christianity. And your history is screwed up because of it. Right? People, please stay with the great mother. Yeah, look at him. He's wild. Why did we bring him along? Oh, he's inspired. Got it. Yeah, he is. What is that guy on? Right? Remember, inspiration and drugs, ecstasy. What do you think ecstasy is? Everybody here, modern world. Let me say one more thing up front and close to the modern world. Modern world, you're sitting there and you think, oh, you know what religious ecstasy is. You know what life is. There's a form of life that you haven't lived. There's a form of life that you haven't lived. And I know some of you said, no. I go to the concerts, I take the whatever's being handed out, and I turn into, oh, no, no, no. That's a shotgun, a splattering shotgun of ridiculous singular proportion. What do I mean? You're taking individual things. We're not talking about people just grabbing whatever they can grab, and I'll take some of this, drink some of that, end up in this. No, 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 no. You have to prepare, and you have to follow the drug regimen that we put you under. Right? That's why we have the fumigations there, and it's very active. Right? It's very active. Today's performance is not the healing of the drug communion that was the lyric poetry of antiquity. People ask, what about these people? Is there a separation? There's no separation between the dudes and dudettes who are playing the lyre and writing the music. There's no difference between them and the priests. They're the same group. Right? You think a priest is a stamp and it's this, and you got to have this sign, and you got to hood doodly and walk around a road, swing the ropes, incense, you know what I mean? Do some symboling, right? No. There are those Bacchant priests, who worship Apollo. Every once in a while, the rest of us normals, we see these people, right? We see what they can do, and we know, oh God, that is special. That is special. Turn the oracle dark. It's time to go. Every third year we go into Bacchic mode. Oh, love it. Now, for the musicians out there, I'll let you figure out what that means. Let's get going. Couple more of these. Look, these are gorgeous people. Let me I want to give them the good stuff. Look, people, what did I want you to see here? Oh, this is Artemis, and I just want you to look at the first two words. We're talking about Artemis, again, from the anthology, Greek anthology. And what do they call Artemis in antiquity? Now, for those of you, there's a lot of people out there who walk around saying, oh, I know what it means. I know what it means to worship Artemis, right? You get this funny kind of Wiccan kind of, okay, you may have something, but, too much flatulent Kabbalah in the Middle Ages. You know what I mean? This is the genuine spring. What is Artemis, right? She is that light bringer. I told you. And what is she? She is the savior. She is the savior. Wait a minute. They called Jesus the savior, right? Yeah. Was he the first one? Nope. By his time, it was worn out, right? By his time, they could tell you that term was originally used by this woman, Artemis. You're welcome. You're welcome. What does she bring? She brings that force, that light. She brings light to men. She brings light to men. Who is she? Great huntress. Great huntress, right? What else is she? She's the one who brings your child, ladies, into the world. During that point, when you're giving birth to your child, she's the one who guides the process. Do you understand? You understand Justice now is a god, right? She's a god, and Artemis is a god, right? How can you really understand who Artemis is? Know who she is. She's the poison pourer, the huntress. The huntress, right? Right. Fantastic. Fantastic. Give me the next one. Ooh. Oh. Okay. And why is this connected to Jesus? Because I, Jesus Christ, sent my angel to witness to you these things concerning the churches. I am the root. All right. I am the root of the house of David, the star that is shining, the Proinos, right? The morning star. Wait a minute. He's using her title Savior, and He's using her title as Morning Star. Yep. Why would Jesus be doing this? Shouldn't he be wearing a lady's brassiere? Jesus, give me your bikini shots. And guess what he is? In the book of Revelation, Jesus wears a bikini. Now, why would he do that? Because he's filling the shoes of a female. Right? Then you think, well, that's weird. Oh, not for Jesus, it wasn't, because he used the same mystery to his own advantage with his boys. Do you understand? Then they went out and they did the same thing. He scattered them all in vampire form. He's like, blah. And they're like, Shaw, what was that? Mary's like, oh God, it gives me a heart attack when you do that, Jesus. Right? And the other people are like, oh, let me see Jesus, because they don't see anything. They don't hear anything. So what do? Let's drug them all, and then they can see Jesus too. And by the way, you have dirty, rotten sex demons in you. You do. You do. Everybody out there, I know you do. There's not a person that I'm pointing at who doesn't have sex demons. Yeah. Yeah. How do you know? You have to meld, man. It takes a mind, and you reach out, you become that incubus, and then all of a sudden you're like, dude, this lady's a pervert, right? You see all those hidden demons. It's wonderful to bring out people's hidden demons. You ever see that? Sometimes they'll cast them forward for you, right? Right? People are like, oh, he's a this or that. It's usually the this or that they really want. You know what I mean? Don't tell me I'm a cult leader, right? Just because you want me to be your cult leader. Don't tell me I'm a cult leader. Oh, God. Give me the next one. It's ridiculous. If people knew how incompetent I was, they would not give me that much credit. Watch what's happening, people here. Look at this gorgeousness. Look at the first line. The last word on this first line is agelochea, right? And what is that? Agelochea. It's not a word that you're going to be able to look up. It's a title. That's why they capitalize it. It's sitting next to the name Artemis there, that you can see that. And what is a hagelochia? Yeah, that is somebody who brings your lochial runnings, your birth runnings. Okay. How does she do that? How does the Savior do that? And now you understand why we're calling her the Savior, because when you're sitting there in the middle of it, what are you going to do? You're going to use her drugs. And her drugs cause you to feel less pain, and they cause you to slide that baby out. Yeah. Dilate that cervix. Boom. Relax. The smooth muscle contractions start. Boom. Baby comes out, but you are in a state of bliss while you're doing it. And the problem is, ladies, God doesn't want you to do that. He wants you to have pain, ladies, because he's a freak about pain. He's a freak about pain. That dude will let you do anything to anyone. Do you remember that? We have this book of Job in the Bible, right? The devil's like, hey, your dudes, they're a bunch of turds. They follow you because you give them stuff, creep. And he's like, oh, do what you want to. He's like, seriously? Seriously? You want to pull that? So what does he do? Boom! He smashes them all. Right? Why? Because God is sitting there in the clouds watching and self-pleasuring. Devil knows it. Knows what a good show is. What was that? That was a lengthy one. By the way, people, ominous brought the sex. Oh, God. Thank you so much. That's the Mystic Bookshop. Can people go to your bookshop and buy bookshops or books things there? That's fantastic. A Mystic Bookshop. That's wonderful. Get those sources out there. Show people the mysticism and all of the. You ought to take the ones that are modern. I'm just kidding. Wonderful. It's nice to talk to the congregation every once in a while. Let's go, though. These people are busy and they don't want to be held up. Give me the next one. Watch this, people. Oh, no, back up. This expression, I had to show them. Look at the bottom, people. Look at the bottom. Look at the last three words. Hos algapuros. How does Artemis appear to this virgin? She appears to her as this flame, this shining flame of fire. Does that sound familiar? Next one. Of course that sounds familiar. That's right out of the Bible. Only they're not taking it out of the Bible. The Bible's taking it out of them. Right? Look at this first line, right? An angel appeared. Angel of the Lord. How did he appear? In that puriflogos. Why do you think that bush is so attractive? You got Moses sitting out there talking to God. What did God? At least he didn't tell him what Abraham was doing. Abraham talked to God and God said, go kill your kid. And he was like, yay! Let's go walk away from anybody. What do you tell your wife when you're walking away with your kid that you know you're going to go out and kill? Because the voice in your head is telling you to do it. What do? Oh, see you later, honey. I'll be back. Where are you going? Oh, I'm going to take Isaac here. We're going to go camping. Yeah, a couple of days. Well, that's unusual, Abe. Why are you going camping? Right? These are the people that we're talking about. Moses is sitting there prophesying because he is getting high. Yeah. Oh, you thought it was fairy tale world, didn't you? You thought it was fairy tale world. Let me tell you something about history. Fairy tale world doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Christianity, Judaism, Islam, they're viruses on civilization, and they will bring us down. We're talking about the museum. Who's we? The library, the museum. That's who they'll bring down. And this is a desperate plea to the congregation to stay in the library. Don't let them come here. What would have happened if every Greek on the planet had said, look, they're going to burn the library down? Yeah, they should have had people there, right? Those monists. I'm telling you, monists will do it every time. They'll kill each other too, right? It's the way it works. Has anybody noticed how much warfare has been started historically just by monism? Track it through time. Watch, right? Those sacred texts are built upon a mind, a monist saturated mind, right? They try to explain it away, right? Kurios, your Lord. Where did Yahoo go? I haven't seen Yahoo in a long time. We ever take him out of the freezer? Give me this. Watch, people. Yeah, there's no next one. Let's keep going. What are we looking for? Oh, God. Guess where we jumped? This is Euripides. Right? Who are we talking about now? Within the cult, we're talking about that priestess. And here we have words of one, right? Right? This is her art. What is her art? It is the killing of that child. What kind of child do you kill? You kill the stranger. Right? How do you do that? You drench them. You give them that water as they die, as they are dead, entering into the death. I am giving you, she says, that water. Do you understand? Wait a minute. Are they using cult terms? Oh, God, seriously? Right? Please don't forget these. Keep going. Yep. Next one. Oh, okay. Look. Where is she? Bound to go? She's bound to go to that holy place, right? And follow those laws, right? That goddess Artemis is commanding her to do. And she alone has that beautiful name, right? I'm going to be quiet now because you know why? I'm afraid of this goddess, right? I perform these things according to nomos, right? As is right? And whatever dude whatever poor Greek dude manages to come here. That's her job. Now somebody else is going to perform it. She's going to do something else. But she is there to put that person into a death state. Do you understand? This is the cult of the huntress savior. In this cult, you will drink thanasimon. These will be drugs that will put you into a death state. And while you are in that state and hypersexually aware, because why? Because we drugged you. We're going to put you through an orgasmic repositioning of your brain. We're going to bring you to climax while we sing that song that we all end up guarding as dragons. Yeah. Okay. All right. Do you feel good? Do you feel good about that? Wait a minute. Is this a Christian thing or is this a pagan thing? The answer is shut up. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. Oh, you know what? No, keep going. I wanted to talk about a couple other. Yeah, I kind of have to round up. I put in too many. I wanted you to see here with the chorus, people. I wanted you to see here. By the way, back to the Bible, right? Psalms. Everybody knows Psalms are Hebrew songs, right? And you're all wrong. They aren't, right? Psalm or psalmos is a word in Greek. And you can see here a compound word, antipsalmus, oidas, humnon. Hear the word hymn in there. Isn't that gorgeous? What kind of songs does this cult work with? This cult of the Savior huntress. What are they working with? They're working with anti-psalms. If you don't know what that means, you also don't know what Antichrist is. These are songs that are coming out of Asia that the Maenads there are performing, right? This is what that priestess is doing, right? Over those poor Greeks who just made the mistake of washing up on shore. Chewie was telling me a little earlier this week about a dialogue she was reading between Eros and somebody else, and I forget who it was. Who was that, Lucian? Was that? Yeah, it was Lucian. One of the dialogues. And in it, Eros and Aphrodite have a discussion. And Eros says there's only one God that he's afraid to strike with his arrow of love. Right? All the other ones, he's nice to Diana. Right? He doesn't strike her because she's a virgin, right? Right, and other people that he doesn't want to strike, that's okay, but he absolutely won't. He won't strike Athena, and that's because of an image of her that you and I don't have. Why? Because this virgin could not possibly be the scariest god. Okay, just stop yourself right there. This virgin could not be the scariest god. The closest you can get to that is the Virgin Mary right now in the culture. The closest. And do you see how far that is? Right? The great virgin is scary because unlike war that Eros is not afraid of, unlike war, she commands fear. Eros says, have you seen what she wears around? Have you seen? I want to show you Athena by describing to you a scene. Imagine you come across, you leave your house, you go take a walk in the woods, and you come across a group of, let's say 12 women. And these women are led by another woman. And they're all wearing like skins. And dude, look at them. They're obviously using drugs. Right? These people are obviously using drugs, but they're super disciplined. They're like drug corps of the military. So, like, take your hardened SEALs and give them all these drug combos that turn them into ravaging monsters, right? That's the way to go, right? Makes them all, you know, excitable too. You know what I mean? In a violent, non-consenting sort of way. You know what I mean? So there they are, these 12. Well, you'd be scared by that because look, they have weapons, dude. They got bows and they got poisons. They're obviously, right? They're dangerous. But their leader, that's scary enough. But their leader, she's got a goat skin. And on this goat skin is a head. It's the head of a priestess. And it's got snakes crawling through the hair. And you know what Eros says? That's scary. Mars doesn't do stuff like that. Do you understand? This is the virgin. This is the avenue through which you and I got democracy. This is the avenue through which we fostered the growth of nerds like Aristotle and his student Theophrastus, the first botanist. Right? Hey, he wasn't the first. He was the first guy to make it official. Right? Love it. Fantastic. Look what we can get. Look what we can get. What is she eating there? Is it oh man, it looks like Meat Man. Did you see Meat Man, by the way? And for people who don't understand Meat Man because they don't know early Christianity, I'd like for you to meet Thomas, right? Now imagine this, you're stoned out of your mind, right? And this guy is telling you what to do. And not only that, he didn't bring it with him on this trip, right? But he usually has his skin with him and he waves it around his head, right? Oh God, please, somebody seal me. These Christians are going nuts, man. Okay, let's finish up the text. We don't have that. We don't have that many. Yeah, okay. These are anti-psalms. I just wanted you to see that these are psalms. Now watch this, people. Here's some psalms. Here's this, Lord is my shepherd psalm. He makes me to, verse 2, a stopon clois, to lie down in green grassy areas. And there he kateskinosens me. He does what? He sets me up to live there. And then he nourishes me. He nourishes me with water that gives me recreation, that gives me rest. Do you hear that? That's the Psalms. Now, you're going to notice that didn't all come through in the Hebrew. When they did the Hebrew translation of this Greek, they, I mean, come on, man, there's only so much you can do with 7,000 words. So it comes out really poopy. Give me the next one that was after that. Yeah, I think it's, there we go. Here's the Greek verb I want you to focus on. Right? Kateskenosen. To really set up a place where you will dwell, to settle somebody. Right? Now, look, there's a couple of words here that are involved. You can take the root of this thing, skeneo, and you can see that it means just to dwell in tent, right? To encamp, right? Right? But what happens when you add that prefix to it? What happens when you add that prefix to it, that kata? It becomes really to encamp, to settle, generally to rest. So do you see why the author chose this instead of just straight up skenao, right? It fits the context better. Give it to me. Like it's chosen on purpose, people. What does the Hebrew do with this, right? Bring him in. He's in the 3rd grade, right? Come here, you little dude. Get over here, you little kid. What are you going to do? Sorry. That's my fantasy of the fake scholars that created this world. They're really 3rd graders. You think there were 72 of them? Right? Come here, you. You think they're real. Those people didn't exist, man. 72 of those people sat around, translated the Hebrew, and they came up with the exact same Greek. And all right, let's see what the quote unquote original said. It's robots, right? And what does it mean? It's to stretch oneself, to lie down. Wait a minute. That is what they're trying to put? That is what they're trying to pull over your eyes? Holy mackerel. There's a word in Greek for stretch. It's right here. If the Greek was a translation of this Hebrew, this would be the word they used. Give me the next one. It's unbelievable. This is bad, people. It's like so obviously bad. What does the Greek say? The Greek says, he nourished me. He nourished me. What does the Hebrew say? Please, let's go. Here's the ektrepho. This is the verb that this is from, to bring up from childhood. When I say nourish, I mean to rear. To rear. Look, in the middle voice of pregnant animals. To nourish. To nourish. What are you doing with that fetal thing? You're nourishing it. Right? Give it some drugs. That's what the problem. Look, to lead or guide to a what did the Hebrew turn this thing into? To lead or guide to a watering place. To lead or guide to a watering place. That's not quite the same thing. To guide, to lead. If you just wanted lead, which is totally different, I'll give you that in Greek. You don't need to fake it with something else. God, it's so embarrassing that none of you theologians have managed to figure this out. Right? And it's not just one group, man. This is biblical scholars. This is theology. This is Hebrew studies. This is Semitic language and general studies. Right? Jesus. It's a joke. You people are friggin' hilarious. And because I know for a fact that none of you Septuagint so-called scholars actually spend any time reading Greek, your easy kills, your easy takedowns. I mean, intellectual kills. You know what I mean? Don't get excited. Your easy takedowns. My God, man, how many of you are we going to have to run over at Lady Babylon? How many scholars are we going to have to, so-called, are we going to have to run over before this thing is over? I'm telling you, it's going to be a slugfest, an absolute slugfest. Okay, let's keep going. I don't want to make that point. It's just too much. I just hit people with too much. What was the real thing here? People, what do you want to see? Shut up and bring out the clowns, right? Bring out the clowns. Here they are. Ithris aner, way down. What? The subject is way down. Fifth line. Yeah. That's the way Greek is, bro. I told you, get used to it. Right? That's our eunuch. Yeah, bring on the eunuch. And what does the eunuch do? I'm going to translate the top. This eunuch is so high. He's going nuts on the oistroi. Do you see it, ancient Greek students? Do you see the oistroi at the end of the sentence? Do you know why you Christ? You Christ so that you can be in the oistromania. You haven't been there. You've just been sitting there taking whatever those pharmacists been doling out, showing up at concerts. Right? You need a priestess. You know where you're going to get this water from? It's going to come from her. And you're going to see imprinted in her. She's going to become the vessel of the living God. The Christ. Do you understand? Let's see her. You know, if you profane this mystery, you're supposed to bring the end of the world, right? I forgot to tell people that. The activity that we are performing has been said to be the catalyst for the end of the world. Yeah, right? It's got to come out. Did anybody talk to Isidore? I told people, go ask Isidore, what's the name of the Antichrist? Did anybody come back? Satanic congregation, wake up. Yeah, thank you. I'm thankful for the Greek. Thank you too. I'm thankful for the people who are nice and say thank you, Tracy. Love that. And by the way, there's lots of people who are still trying to get in. Okay, and I love I want to bring you in. So It's going to get there. We're going to get this operation going. Who are we talking about with the eunuch? We're talking about this dude, a little Gallus. Poor guy. He's a eunuch. Come here. Let's call him Jimmy. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. What is he? He's the servant. He's the, watch this, people. You think I bring strange things to you? Look at the Greek. Hemi gunaika. Right? For those modern Greeks who are searching through those roots, you can kind of see what that means, right? Hemi gunaika. That half lady, servant of the goddess. Half lady. You know what I mean? Half lady. Yeah, that's who he is. Right? What's the other half besides the lady? Lady boy. Right? The lady boy. Right, exactly. No problem. They already cut it off. Don't worry. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. Why is this even important? Because Jesus, now, my evangelical brothers and sisters who are going to go out and spread this, I want you to make sure, bringing freedom to people, this is a good way to do it. This is Matthew 19:12, right? And he says, Jesus now talking, he says, there are eunuchs who are become eunuchs in their mothers, right? In their mother's uterus, right? They're just made that way, right? There are others who are made eunuchs by people. And then, right, like forcefully, like, hey, you're going to sweep my porch from now on. I'm going to cut off your nuts. It was a different world, man. It's a different world, right? Right? Now you know why Jesus is like, I'm not one of these guys, right? I'm going to cut off your testicles. That's the way it goes, man. It is, chewy. Jesus says, look, there are some people who got made eunuchs, right? But then there are some people, right, who are eunuchs, who make themselves eunuchs for the sake of the kingdom of heaven. And then he says, whoever is able to, let them take up this burdening process, right? Remember, Christianity is all about the treatment of sex demons, right? I can treat yours, Timmy. Don't give me that look. Timmy, come here, Timmy. Timmy, come here. Oh, okay. How wonderful it is. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for the chance. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Timmy, I've got news for you, Timmy. I've got news. Come here, Timmy. Do you see why we give him the drugs first? Right? Do you see why? It's going to kick in a minute. He's not going to remember a thing. I promise. I promise. It's okay. And tell your friend over there. Tell your friend over there. Wipe the look off his face. You guys will all be dancing soon. That's right. That's right. What? I'm telling you, I brought you one. Right? It said the Galloi was there. What happens to this kid? What happens to this kid? Did we see what happened to him? Oh, here's Matthew again. He says, the disciples, his students, what do they say to him? If this is the way that it is with people and with, getting married to a woman, it seems like it's not a good thing. It's not advantageous, right? That's what they say to him. It doesn't help to get married then, does it, Jesus, right? You knew that the kids were taking marriage advice from Jesus, right? Right? And you say, no, Peter was married. No, he wasn't. Says he had a female in-law. That's it. Right? Okay. And they say, look, the apostles say, look, marriage doesn't help at all then. We shouldn't get married at all. Right? His answer to the question of, is marriage a bad thing, was what we just read. Look, kids, there are some eunuchs who are born in the world. Right? They're born that way naturally. Right? No problem. And there's some people that are forced into it. But then, there's always a decision, too, you can make for the kingdom of heaven. You realize that when Thomas, Meat Man, a.k.a. Meat Man, when he is sexually abusing people In order to cast out their demon, you call it what you want. The early church fathers that sexually abused children and called it casting out their demons, you can call it whatever you want. It doesn't stand up to civil authority. You can't worship the Virgin and let somebody treat kids like priests, like Christians, like rabbis, right? I won't speak for the mullahs. I won't speak for the mullahs because, all I can see today is people throwing acid in other people's faces. And you know what? If that's the religion you want, you and I are not from the same civilization. That's the Greek inside me. Monists, beware. You're all satanic worshipers, which is cool because this is his realm and you are the puppets. Love it. Now run off and go find yourself your torture devices. Everybody religious, monist. This place is starting to stink like monist. We need some sulfur. Give me the next one. Jesus, please drive off the monists for us. I say to you, right, that whoever puts away, and in our sense, divorce is probably the best way to say it. Whoever divorces a woman, not just anyone, but his woman, right? Are these people, have they been to Rome? No. These people are in Judea, man. It's like saying the backwoods, right? It's the backwoods of antiquity, right? So, of course, in these isolated backwoodsy environments where they don't have libraries, you got no female poets. Why do you think the Judeans didn't want to build libraries? Because you got no, you don't want to put, look, those Greeks, they have a bunch of women poets, right? Go out and get your woman and don't put her away. Don't put her away, because if you do, you're going to be moichatai. Oh, God, what are you going to remember what happens when you end up there? That's why that kid killed that girl that he was in love with. Because if she had had sex outside of St. Thomas, forcing her to be exorcised of her demons sexually, if she had sex outside of that, she's not going to have ionic life. Do you see that these very same concepts are in the mouth of Jesus? Okay. Why do you think he's so weird sexually, man? Why do you think he's so weird? Because there's a whole process of cult that you're not seeing. And when you read things outside of the Bible, you pick them up. Oh, look, they talk about Christ outside of the Bible? Oh, surprise, surprise. Fantastic. Oh, God, where is it? I haven't used it enough. I know. Maybe something will get my goat. Don't bring her yet, but let's finish off. I only have 2 more people, and you've been awfully nice to stay this long. I really appreciate it. Give me that one. Who is this? This is Antipater. And all I wanted you to do is refocus on this one line, because this goddess that he is being driven crazy by her oestress, right? That gadfly Christing. She is a goddess of terror, baby. I want you to realize that. You think Athena is just some pretty blonde sitting there in a helmet? Come on, man. She's the one who scares everybody. She shakes the spear, dude. She is unhinged. She'll go unhinged. And that thing, that's it. You'll be dead. That is what we who are her attendants, that is what we appreciate. Isn't that nice? If you haven't been in the madness, right? You haven't had that cleansing through the mystery cult, right? Then you don't know. Give it to me. Give me the next one. You don't know her, right? It's the introduction. Why do you think all those people are going to Eleusis? They're going to meet her. I just want you to see here. Oh, we've got Phrygia here and Cybele, right? Yeah, I just want you to see. What did I do this? Because we brought in Attis. Oh, what was the connection here? Oh, Minomene, right? What is our eunuch doing here? What is our eunuch doing here? Yeah, we've got a little craziness going on. We've got a little craziness. He's going to show you something. It's in the next one. Where's the show me your dirtiness. Show me your dirtiness. Open up. your little mouth, little dude eunuch. Let's hit him with the whip here and see if he'll speak. Maybe we'll get this ancient eunuch to speak. Oh, don't stop. Stop. Eunuch. Mommy. You see, I told you we'd get him to speak. Mommy. Right? Here is my holy thalamus. Wait, what? What? Here's my holy chamber. I want to thank you for my life and for giving me all of this, right? For being that cause of the beast to flee. I want to thank you. And I've got a little box for you, Mommy. Do you know what's in my little box? It's my testicles. Thank you, Mommy. I understand. And now I can sing. Addis must be castrated. If you want to enter the mystery, you got to be like one of these, says Jesus. Love it. We're bringing the real Jesus Christ to the world, and people are seeing it. And I want people to know who are here and who love, by the way, Teddy Bass. Thank you so much, Teddy Bass. Next week, I'm going to have Teddy Bass come and talk to us along with Old Boy, if I can get Old Boy's schedule, because people are doing things behind the scenes and I want them to be recognized. There are names that I could say right now, people that even when it comes down to comments, putting comments up there, right? Or supporting through whatever, other channel that we have for this kind of spread of the information. Right? I appreciate it. And I thank you for everybody who's working, because I don't stand around and thank you enough. So I want to do it now. Thank you, everybody, right? On behalf of both Chewy and I, right? Excellent. I love it. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work to all of my Greek students. Same thing. It's coming. I'm going to give you another couple of chapters. Let us ruminate on those again for and you. We're going to keep that coming, and people are loving it, and I'm getting good responses. People want to jump into classes now that now have openings, who have kept up. I've got to get back with you. There's a couple of people like that as well. So I'm trying to do my best to bring this material directly to you. Now, I do want to say, and I guess it gets my goat that I didn't remember this. So Penelope, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. We don't want to make this, after a few Hail Marys, it becomes old. So I don't want Penelope to ever become old. So congregation, if you'll just focus on the tail, Penelope's tail, you see that right there? Lift it up like that. That's a gorgeous, gorgeous tail. And underneath the tail of Penelope are the sins. The sins. Behind that cross, what they don't want you to see is that effervescent, bubbling water of life. Thank you, Penelope. And thank you for coming tonight. I want to end on that note. I have brought people that mystery over and over and over again. I know there is a saturation point where we will suddenly kick over, and people who are out there who have the capacity to study this in any way, shape, or form will be doing it. And it will be building. Why? Because this is the reality. When you swear to follow that muse and you don't stray from that path, she always inspires. When you drift, you enter the desert. Yeah. Hail Satan.
Medulla the Venus, cry for Jesus. If you're riding with me, Pied Piper, Swarthy Pete, the devil who stole the babies, shining lights, eyes to see. The pseudo masquerade of the devil woman, dragon queen, Diana, Athena, sunny disposition, walking on the wild side, sail away to the lands far, where the wild things are, dipped in dragon venoms, free digital scale for your dope dealing, pill crushing, bad shit addiction, fused to black mirrors, the living death, for what is real, Urania, Skunta, Medua, the sorceress, cult of the crow, slaves to the dope, hail Satan, jar full of gypsy tears.
They call me the boogeyman. No one can do it